This is a song that will hopefully be on one of the next albums. Working on an album called Neither Here Nor There. And this is called Windswept Willow.
thankful to see RyVo up there. Something else is on.
are on because I can't see. So this is a cover that I taught myself recently. I've been a big fan of Fleetwood Mac, particularly the years before Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. And this is off the 1973 Penguin album. One of my favorite songwriters in the band was a guy named Bob Welsh. And this is called Bright Fire. I did want to make a quick little announcement while everybody's attention. This will be my first official announcement about it. In the next few months, I'm going to try and work my butt off on 2 albums simultaneously. One of which broke a string.
There goes one out.
Right? Well, it's okay. I'm getting a replacement set. Moving right along.
Do you have a spare set of strings? I can string that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's got 11 more.
Right. Okay, aside from that, one of the albums that will be it's kind of a soundtrack. It will be songs from and inspired by a film that I want to have made, and I want to get as many people in this room involved as possible. It will be something I'll be working on the next year. What I want to do is, we really need to draw light to the fact that we are losing musical venues in San Francisco left and right at a seemingly rapid pace. And the music scene here is really suffering right now. But I don't think it needs to be permanent. I think we can draw light to it, get some public notice of it. Maybe we build up some newer venues as is already happening right now. So what I want to do is I'd like to collaborate with some filmmakers and such and have a documentary made about the music scene in San Francisco, where it's been, a lot of the venues that are on right now. I definitely want to include Sacred Grounds. I want to include the Hotel Utah, Viracocha, Elbow Room, so on and so forth. Just go into the histories of it and draw light to the fact, why so many of these places are declining, why we're losing them, and just overall shed light on the music industry here in San Francisco. And as I said, I bring this up to everybody here because I want to get everybody here involved in it in some one capacity or another. And if people want to contribute songs to a compilation album that'll be from and inspired by, that'd be wonderful too. So I'm just throwing out there, if you might be interested in helping out, bug me on Facebook or talk to me here. Let's see if I get this going. And as soon as James Conrad comes back, okay. I'll tell you what. No. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do another song while we're waiting for James.
There you go. The shoe must go on.
The house guitar. He's getting ready. That's fine. So the house guitar will be sufficient for this next little tune. We're gonna do Roadkill after this one, James. Okay.
Oh, well, I was just, you can do Roadkill, I was just.
No, I'm gonna do this song and I'll do Roadkill after that. So, this is one of mine, based off a Peanuts cartoon. This is called Shabby. Let's see if I can roll the words to it. Stop looking at me like I escaped from the zoo. I'll make the same judgment about you. Quit glaring at me like I surfaced through some booze. Let's see, walk a mile in my shoes. You're giving me the finger on a course of Apache's linger. Spread fish, sipping towel rumors. Listen all the meek, you're just the story of the week. Another average, insecure baby boomer. I'll rise to the right occasion. I carry the dirty pages on my back. Failure of your society, your compensation for all that you lack. So sorry that you're disappointed. It's not such a crushing blow. Just another of the seedy faces you'll never truly know. You're getting quite pissy and I'm just here existing since when you on the sidewalk. The secret does your bad thing, but I won't be back here. Then go find yourself another ear to corrupt with your talk. You made some nice gestures and words, best left censored. You kiss your mother with that mouth. My prime, even if my shoes don't shine, I can bring yourself let you down. I'll rise to the right stimulation. May not have record difference on my person. Blame me on my mental illness, the mind that thinks I'm late for some reason. So sorry that you're gone, clown. Actually, I couldn't care less. You give my grades to aspirin. Now watch me finish this.
give it up. Give that house a job.
Every week it's just been quietly doing it.
Yeah, I know.
It gets a lot.
Hey, can y'all do me a favor? Can we give a big hand to Charles Haymark for guest hosting?
Oh, yeah. Dynamic.
That guy's so good.
And I also want to give a big hand to Mr. Natural for
That's
doing it for so long. Even giving up his vacation time to be here. All right. My guitar wanted me to get more, that's why it's on its So this is Roadkill, this is off the previous
website with thousands of single ladies misrepresenting themselves and pretending to be your friend. For a free trial, enter your credit card. Okay. Are you suffering from AIDS or cancer? Our all-new natural oleander cure will have you feeling better. Has one of your loved ones been lethally poisoned by the fraudulent oleander cure? Call the Tartuffe Law Firm for a free consultation. You might be entitled to a settlement. No fees unless you win. That chance. You bought the thing, stupid fucker. The internet is a mind control device. Let's use it to watch my documentary about government conspiracies. Purchase all my DVDs and you will conquer the aluminum titties. Your computer may have a virus. Click here and we will give your computer a virus.
System error. Fuck you. You are an asshole. You die in the fire. Motherfucker. Sick my dick.
These new apps are just getting more and more sensitive, aren't they? But allow me to reiterate that we are good information
James Conrad's iPhone and RyVo's Wii speaker thing.
Very weird.
We speaker thing. Yeah, you can get these over at Walgreens for like $20. You want mine? Okay. Now we know that. So this last Monday night was a really cool night at Utah. Every so often Utah does theme nights. This last week was Motown night. My contribution had to be that of doing a Stevie Wonder song, because that guy was my first big hero.
And of course you're blonde.
And of course I'm blonde. And I've been meaning to tell you all. So actually, to tell a story. So I decided to give a little history lesson because Stevie Wonder made a real breakthrough with Motown. He was the first artist to really break away from the Motown mold, take total creative control of his albums and his art, his music. And around the time he turned 21, he left Detroit, went to New York, and joined Tamla Records, which I just Googling it the other day, I found out Tamla was actually originally the original company, and then Motown became its parent company. But anyway, so I'm just thinking to myself, just out of fun, Stevie's 21, he's probably feeling pompous and arrogant, wants to leave Motown. He's probably thinking like, hey, listen, Barry, you guys are all cool and all that, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go somewhere where I can actually keep all my money. And my own albums and stuff. I'm gonna get far away from Motown. There's nothing you can do about it. And one of Barry's execs comes and like, he doesn't know we own Tamla, right? He is aware of that. Yo, man, I'm blind. I ain't deaf. You wanna speak up a little bit there, man? Stevie, we own Tamla as well. Fingertips, hell, being blind sucks. So that was my big joke tonight. Okay, yes.
Okay.
You're always that's right.
This is why I don't do stand-up. But I was just trying to looking long and hard for a song of Stevie's that I could complement with my own style, and found that in his first breakaway album, which was called Music My Mind, and this is called Happier Than the Morning Sun. That's the way it should all
gentlemen, that was our feature RyVo. Let's welcome him back up for a nice encore.
So I mostly have covers for you all tonight, but I'll end on a favorite of mine to give you a positive song. This is by Mr. George Harrison. This is called Sheer Down. I can see by your grin that you're drowning with fear. It's all over town, sheer down. And the smile on your face is sometimes out of place. Don't mind, don't frown, sheer down. If your head should fall and your shares could crash, you'll get by even without getting a rash. There's no tears to be shed. I'm gonna love you instead. I want you around, yeah, now.
Alright, so guys, that was RyVo. Feature tonight. Do we have camera?
Yes.
Hey, we're on TV.
Working.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Mom's passed on the hi. We're gonna have our open mic part now coming up, and it's gonna be a blast. So there's a couple of new people. Tara, have you ever played here before?
No.
Never played here before? Okay. So last week we had pretty good luck with doing like new person, new person, regular, that kind of thing. We don't have too many new people tonight. I'm gonna try to do the list like right in order that y'all signed up, but slipping in new people. So Frank, be ready? You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna start like new people, regular kind of
Oh, I
thing,
see.
and get y'all guys up sooner.
Oh.
And we got a pretty light list, so let's do 3 songs, or you're gonna read or play.
Right, read.
You're gonna read? Okay, take your sweet time. Give us some stories.
Well, I don't want
Okay.
to take too long.
Well, 10
I'll
minutes.
just cut it down to
Do what you're comfortable with. And we're gonna squeeze everybody in. We don't have too many people to sign up, so we can like leisurely have some fun with our thing and do a little extra. Okay?
Are you gonna play?
And I'll play too. And we're broadcasting. Hey. At this point, the asteroid has not hit.
So far.
With a tiny
You
little
never know.
Let's give it up for Frank Bumgardner.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
There's a clock right up there.
So this is a book that I've been working on about 4 years, and it first of all, I want to thank you all for
being here, and Charles and the Natural and all the rest of you for hanging in there. I really am. I'm kind of blown away by the talent around me right here. I mean, it's great. The thing about this book is that you probably want to understand the title until you read chapter 4. There's a short story within the book, and it's a story that's based around 3 characters: a ne'er-do-well teenager named Pat, Judge O'Farrell, and Jose, who is a tragic vaquero whose skill with the lariat leads to 2 premature deaths. So that's kind of because it's in there because it shows his character, the kind of guy that O'Farrell was. The story began in 1870 in a kind of a out of the way part of Ireland. It's called County Wexford, and it's on the southeastern part of Ireland. And he was born sometime in this. We don't really know when he was born exactly, but it was in the winter or the summer. Winter or spring of 1817. But we have his birth certificate, which was May 15th. And so not a whole lot is known about his immediate family, his parents, and such. But anyway, to put it in the context, 7 months later, here in California, the friars or the priests from Mission Dolores started Mission San Rafael Archangel, which was kind of an outgrowth of Mission Dolores. And then O'Farrell then, I'm just jumping ahead, at age 26, he lands in California in Sausalito, and it's actually October of 1843. And about 2 years before this, he'd been living in Valparaiso, Chile, where he learned Spanish. So the reason why he's important was that he was a surveyor. And number one, he was lucky Irish, right? And number two, he was bilingual. And number three, he was trained. He knew how to survey. He had had a degree. He had already got his degree from Dublin University, so he was a civil engineer. So he started out right away surveying in Northern California and then later in Southern California. He went on to what happened about this time was that there were, in 1844, the next year after he landed, there was a revolt in Southern California, and started with the rancheros down there who were unhappy with Governor Micheltorena. Manuel Micheltorena was the guy's name. Okay. So they organized a rebellion. O'Farrell chose the wrong side. He and Sutter marched down the length of the state, and the two forces, or the two armies, quote unquote, met on February 20th, 1845 in the San Fernando Valley, and they fought it out. It was kind of a comic opera type of battle, because there were a few cannons were shot off, horses running across the field. Actually, the only casualty was a mule that was killed, and no humans were killed. And Pio Pico's side won. So it happened that the British Vice Consul, a guy named James Forbes, was there, and he wrote, "The conquered is to march off like a conqueror, and the victorious army with arms, banners, and drums are to enact the farce of pretending to honor those who have been defeated and driven out of the territory without starting a graveyard." Now, the thing that's remarkable about this is that most of you probably know something about European history. When there's a civil war there, that leads to thousands, maybe tens of thousands of deaths, and graveyards get filled up, and it goes on for generations. So, but this is California, and it's different, so, as we all know. And we love it. I mean, that's the way, it's what makes it great. But anyway, after, because he was a surveyor, he was hired right away by Pio Pico, his former enemy. And he surveyed a number of ranches and towns in Southern California. And there wasn't any currency, so how was he gonna get paid? So he was paid in cattle and sheep, cattle and horses. And the problem is, how do you get them 420 miles north to the Bay Area? So he hired a couple of vaqueros, and they did that. One was a guy named Jack Neal. He's kind of a shadowy figure later. If you read the book, you'll see why. Anyway, and Mr. Torino marches off to Mexico, still owing thousands of dollars to Thomas O'Loughlin, who you may have heard of, was the merchant. He was probably California's first millionaire. Okay, after surveying there, he, in this area, he was still in Northern California, still doing surveying, and as it wasn't expected, but the United States took over California. And so as a result of that, he was hired by the city council of San Francisco to survey the town. And as a result, in 1847, his plan of San Francisco was put out. And what he did basically was he replaced it Montgomery Street with Market Street. And in the process, he made a lot of enemies. It happened that the same year in 1847, it was July 4th rolled around, and the ship, the Congress, the frigate, was in port. And so some of the midshipmen were, I should back up, Jasper had a friend named Brown, and he owned a hotel in town at the time. And so these midshipmen went to the bar, and they were getting drunk and having a good time. This is 3 days after the 4th of July. And so a fight started. And in the fight, Jasper happened to see his office adjoined the bar, or adjoined the hotel. So he heard what was going on, and he realized things were getting broken and smashed, and noises and so forth. So he ran in, and it happened at the same time. There was a gambler named McDougal. He pulled out his pistol, and he was about to shoot this midshipman, George Whitaker. Well, Jasper kind of came up beside him and knocked the gun out of his hand, but he wasn't quick enough to save his friend. George Brown went up through the window into the street, and everything was tables, bottles, chairs, the chandeliers, everything in the place was just wrecked and destroyed. So the next thing that happened, actually a little earlier, in the spring of 1847, some of the property owners had to give up some of their land on Market Street in order to, because Market Street, as you know, it's 120 feet wide. It's a pretty wide street, and especially in those days. So they didn't like the idea of having to give up their property, and they got together, a necktie party, and they were going to string up Jasper. And luckily, though, Jasper got tipped off by a few friends and got in a skiff and rowed across the Golden Gate to Marin, get away. So luckily, he survived. These are the kinds of things that had happened. You ever wonder why San Francisco streets, how they got names? All the names like Hyde, Van Ness, Geary, Bush, Broderick, and O'Farrell, these were all people who actually played important parts in San Francisco history. When California legislature had in 1854, they'd gotten around to banning dueling, and not everybody paid attention. Just like now, not everybody pays too much attention to the legislature. So what happened was, it turned out that there were two really